Hello and welcome to round one of GP Neo Stehlia. Last GP of Siberos, last GP of the Worlds 2026 season. Not that I need any more Worlds invites. And I'm playing a deck that I don't think is the best in the format, but I've been running these tap out, grindy, Jeskai control decks for 2 months now, and I want to change. I want to beat people down, but in a fun way, which is why I'm on Savvy Smith again. I love Savvy Smith. I'm on Savvy Smith, new Clash at Mistrit Vale, Gaigeka. It's a Spell Slinger deck. It's got Cascade Channelers. It's got Dawnstorm Survivor, plus Stargazing for card advantage. It's Temur. It's got a bunch of one-ofs because I couldn't help myself. I love one-ofs. One of Overwill, one of Shock, one of Sistral Charm. There's another one of somewhere. One of Terminal Impact, one of Coordinated Shot. 22 lands. In retrospect, I probably should be on 23, just because I have so much looting that it's really I can get myself out of flood pretty easily. My opponent is Opacana, who's on a red-white tokens list. Little unorthodox for Kitsune Matriarch, but some unorthodox picks like Leonis Excurtus, Asterion, and Aviva, so going a little higher, but still has Casus Belli is quite threatening. The normal 2 drops, Flags on High, Ruins Awaken, Advance of the Saint in March. Certainly a deck that could absolutely take some games off of me. Gotta be careful. But let's get going. I'll roll a 20-sided die and get a 12. And a 2. Okay, be on the play. You always like to see that. And we are looking at a hand. What does this hand do? Okay, this hand's like a little awkward. It's got a Cascade Channeler. Doesn't have any cheap spells, is the thing. This hand really wants a 1-mana spell, so you can go Savvy Smith plus 1-mana spell, so you can go Savvy Smith plus 2 drops. Got a Dawnsworn Survivor, and I need to trigger Savvy Smith to discard it. Okay, I think this is a keep. Turn 1 Cascade Channeler, turn 2 Sistral Charm can actually counter a decent number of things I care about, or just kill a Kitsune Matriarch. If I draw cheap spells, that's good with Cascade Channeler. And if I draw more threat, if I draw lands, that's good. I just don't want to draw 3 drops, which I got a couple of in my deck. It is actually not inconceivable that I should mulligan this, because I have some very good cards in this matchup that aren't in this hand. Cards like Clash at Mistral Vale is really good. Gaigeka is really good. But I think this has all my colors, his lands and spells. I think I do keep 7 on the play here. Sodden Path, Cascade Channeler. Yeah, what this hand really needs is Stargazing. If I get a Stargazing, this hand it pops off. Stargazing in land 3, ideal. But even just Stargazing, discarding Dawnstorm Survivor, continue to pump the Cascade Channeler. That's really nice. But I got a little bit of time. Do they have Kitsune Matriarch on 1? That's their only 1-drop. Lacafe Observatory. It's a good thing to get on turn 1. Oh, and they do have the Matriarch, so I'm going to kill that on turn 2 with Sistral Charm, probably. Tap and draw. Gaigeka. It's a good card, although I can't cast it right now. Yeah, the turning out a little awkward, although land is now added to my list of good draws. I could leave up Sistral Charm and use it to try to counter something like a Flags on High or an Advance of the Saint March, but it's really just those 2 things. So I think here it's just going to be Shock in Misty Peak. Sistral Charm, your guy. Attack for 2. But yeah, if I don't, if I go, I could definitely lose this game now. If I go next turn Savvy Smith and they have an answer, they have a lot of answers to Savvy Smith. I think it's also possible I should have just on Savvy Smith there, so it doesn't get Casus Bellied. But I do want to open the possibility of saving Savvy Smith for a better turn. If I draw a land, I'll be glad I kept Savvy Smith in hand. Maybe I should have Savvy Smith though, because Kitsune Matriarch, it's not going to get big enough to get out of Sistral Charm range in a single turn. Okay, Advance of the Saint in March. Yeah, it's going to make 2 1/1s, and if they hit this, they get a 1 whenever they attack. That's the curve out they're looking for. They did go to 6, so I naturally have card advantage on them, but one of my cards is Dawnstorm Survivor, so not that useful. Savvy Smith at least can block, assuming they don't kill it, although they have, a lot of answers to Savvy Smith. Yeah, looking for spells. Discern is really nice. I think it's just run out Savvy Smith, hope they can't answer it. Yeah, I don't want to. Yeah, I guess like the other option is just discern and hope. I don't think that's a better use of my time. I think it's just Savvy Smith pass. But yeah, this hand is not really worked out. It's possible this should have been a mull. I really. It's possible I should be mulliganing more often, especially in matchups that I think are as good as this one. Okay, it's possible they can't kill Savvy Smith. They do have a lot of answers, or it's possible they have something better to do with their time. This is Sundraft Charm. Yep. Sundraft Charm. It's going to kill Savvy Smith, and they're going to deal 2 to advance the Sainted March, probably. If they're creatures. Do they have the land? Oh, but not attacking the battle, just attacking me. Okay, I'm fine with that. Okay, well, now I'm gonna cast Discern and see what happens. Leaving up, what, red mana? Red mana, yes. Discern. Draw a card. Primal Fissure. Okay, that's perfectly fine by me. And I think at this point I'm just gonna land Forced Ejection one of their tokens. I need to get through my deck. I don't want a second Forced Ejection. Uh, this cracks for... I don't need double red or double... I think it might actually just be... I think it's mountain here. Although it could easily be island. That's the right answer. I think it's mountain. I could want to do stuff like red spell plus high voltage in the future. I don't need triple blue. Yeah. Sure. Forced ejection, one of your tokens. They did miss a land drop last turn, so that's good for me. That's going to buy me some time. Drew a terminal impact, sure. Hit them for 3. Unfortunately, did not get enough for... But next turn, I can Gaigeka. And it'll be slow, but I'll get to... I'll get Gaigeka active, and they cannot remove this game 1. So that's probably how I'm winning this game. Well, hoping they miss another land drop here. Because they do have some expensive cards in their deck that I'm glad they're not able to cast right now. Attacking the battle. Probably should have defeated that first. Because it's actually quite dangerous to me if they get that down. What are they running out here? Another pair of 1/1s. Yep, flags on high. Okay, so they're going to be doing some pressure pretty soon, especially if they find another land. I do not find another land. I think this is just Gaigeka. Not ideal, but I need to progress my board state. Yeah. And then, yeah. This is going to let them clear advance of Fire and Faith, but I got to get Gaigeka is how I'm winning this game. So I got to get it down now. Really being... My very awkward draw here is being saved by the fact that my opponent is missing land drops. Their draw is even more awkward than mine. Once again, if I draw Stargazing, all of my problems are solved. They found a third land. It's a mountain, so they can't cast Casus Belly. They could have almost anything in hand. There's another Kitsune Matriarch, it looks like. Okay, that's a fine thing for me to terminal now. They got another Flags on high to follow it up. Looks like they're pinched on white mana if that was their play. Probably have lots of white cards in hand that they can't deploy. Hoping to be, yeah. If they just pass here, I get to like terminal impact that, leave up Overrule Will, which is a nice little play. They're going to clear the battle here, probably. No blocks, no point. If they have another flags on high here, this will actually get kind of annoying. I have a Discern in my graveyard. They have nothing relevant in theirs. Okay, they don't have flags on high. In theory, they should have played these things. I was tapped out, but in theory, they should do these things post-combat in case it affects my blocking decisions. Urban Jungle is quite welcome here, actually. This doesn't do much. It lets me leave up Discern, which is nice. Well, I'm not blocking with this Cascade Channeler, and getting them to 15 means they died in 3 Gaigeka hits instead of just 2. So, yeah, that's going to be a terminal for 1, your Kitsune Matriarch. And I guess this will have uh, Trample. None of them matter, really, at this point. And I could shock this in to have up Discern, otherwise I just have up Overrule Will. I think it's worth shocking it in here. Because he could, like, go Mountain 2-drop, no other play. That's an entirely believable thing they could do. No, I want to shock it in, because I do want the possibility if they attack, I Discern to block. Oh, wait. Oh, I forgot to attack with my Cascade Channeler. I forgot to attack for 2. That was entirely my bad. Unfortunately, I can't cast 2 spells this turn, which would get me up to, like, Animate Gaigeka. Oh, they do have Mountain. Wow, the thing I was thinking about might happen here. Or it could be Ardor, easily. Yeah, it was entirely my bad. I should have attacked with Cascade Channeler. Although now, if they go for Ardor pre-combat, I do actually get an extra block, so it's not strictly a misplay, just probably a misplay. Flags on high? No, it's going to be one of the white ones. Sunwrath Charm. I guess I can't do anything about that. Sure. Yep, can't get it big enough to save it from that. But generally, it's a low impact card for them to have here, so I'm not that upset. Eviviva could be a concern soon. Oh wow, they're just cracking flags on high. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I'm glad I shocked this in so I can discern here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gonna hit for 5 here. But starting next turn, I'm gonna have a 5/5 vigilance. Yep, tapped and attacking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops. So yeah, just didn't get in for 2 for absolutely no reason, although they gained the life, so it doesn't matter a ton. Flashback Discern. Draw my card. It's another land. Boy, this draw's been awkward. Okay. I'm going to cast this Discern, and that's going to turn on Gaigeka. Another land. Goodness. Yeah, and they're shock lands too? Gonna want to leave Overrule Will plus Force Ejection here. Also tap land. Yeah, tap land might be the play here. I need to draw something here. This draw has really not worked out. I think I should have mulliganed to see answer here. And it looked like a fine hand, but I think actually should have been a mulligan. Just didn't have the cards I needed in this matchup. If they have an uncounterable creature here, which they have no lands in hand, so they need to draw a land and have the creature, and it would have to be an untapped land because they could draw Lackafe Observatory, or I believe they have Torrid Path as well. Plains. Okay, it's not a Viva. Astarion? Can't be countered? Sure, that's a K. Gonna have to bounce that pre-combat. And they can attack, get in for 4. Yeah. That's what happens. They got Astarion in hand. Maybe I just should have just not run up the Savvy Smith early. Like, yeah, wow. I'm not doing anything right now. I have to flashback this to CERN. Hope I find something. There's Stargazing finally. I think it's too late here. I can Stargazing for. I got a Stargazing first. My top one, Savvy Smith. I just died with Astarion this turn. Astarion's 3 tokens, so yeah, I gotta move this to the bottom. Draw, discard. Yeah, that's GG. Goodness. Yeah, I think I missed. I really should have mulliganed. That was my bad. Okay, bringing in these Advanced with Siren Faith, bringing in this Shock. Bringing out, I think they have a lot of uncounterable stuff. So Overrule Will is kind of hard to hit. Same with in Sorcel. I'll keep 2 of them. And I think I'd like to cut a Cascade Channeler. It's just unlikely to get through in this matchup, and I do need like blockers rather than attackers a lot of the time. Okay, we're down 0-1. Going into a game 2 here. Ugh, I really need to get better at mulliganing with aggro decks. I need to mulligan way more aggressively. Yeah, they're going to bring in. They have a lot of artifact hate in their sideboard. A lot of artifact hate. They got Shadow the Sigil and Doctrine of Cleansing Flame and Pest Problem. So probably going to bring in lots of answers to Aigeka. Clash of Mythic Veil still unkillable. Yeah, it's all. What's to say my 6-card hand would have been better, but Aegis of Grace might come in. Because it's a little big for my Ruthless. I could bring in Frag, but Frag doesn't hit much other than Aegis of Grace. Yeah, and also like the missing land drops into flooding out later didn't help, but really not having Stargazing was really the big thing. Like if I had Stargazing going that game, everything goes so much smoother. I don't miss my land drops. I have triggers for my Sabs, I have triggers for my Gaigeka. Yeah, let's see if we can bring it back. I'll be on the play. We're gonna mulligan for cards that do things. Well, this hand has no lands, so this is mull to 6. Okay. Once again, I got Dawnsworn Survivor and oh god, this hand's actually kind of awkward in a number of ways. I gotta just put back Dawnsworn Survivor here. Yeah. Okay, Clash at Mr. Vale's a good card. That's for sure. Gaigeka's a good card. I'm torn on whether to discern turn one. If they play a threat, if they play Kitsune Matriarch here, I'm forced to discern. If they don't, I think about it. It's useful post-Clash, but it could also get me towards something that does something this turn. I think I have to cast it. Coordinated shot. Okay. It's a good thing to have around post-Clash. I'll have Discern going. Misty Peak. Okay, that means I have Gaigeka mana. Unfortunately, it means I do not get to cast any spells on my turn 2, which is not good. Tapped Urban Jungle here. End turn. Okay, they're probably going to make 2 1/1s here, because that's what their deck does. Yep, Ruins Awaken. It's going to get them another 1/1 later. Got some golems. Another game with no stargazing. Which, okay, now I have Ensorcel, but unfortunately I'm going to have to play this Clash. Yep. Run out Clash at Mistrit Vale. Go to my end step and make a 1/1. Now, if they attack with both, do I block? Actually kind of interesting. I don't know. My 1/1s will eventually become valuable because I will get because I'll get prowess, and that's probably how I'm planning to win this game. But also, like, their 1/1s, it looks like I'm not gonna kill them very quickly with this draw. I guess I could coordinate shot this Clash quickly if I wanted to. Give my guys prowess. And the real answer is, as usual, I would like to draw uh, Stargazing. Okay, they can Ruins Awaken here. They got flags on high. And it's a lot of tokens. I'm wishing I've had Saboteur's Immolation in my sideboard for a while. I'm sure I wish I had those now. Yep. And I think I'm blocking at this point. Okay, show me Stargazing, I hope. Cascade Channeler. I think I'm going to shock in this Misty Peak, shot my Clash at Mr. Vale, and leave up Ensorcel. Yeah. I do want to be doing things. The flashback on this could come up. And having my creatures having prowess is relevant. Yeah. Fully defeating Clash of Mr. Vale doesn't affect much. It mainly affects these flashback cards. They're shocking. Is this Ardor? Ardor's their main 4-drop. Or it could be Leonis Excurtus. This is Ardor. No, they're just playing an instant pre-combat for no reason. Unfortunately, it is an instant, so I cannot ensorcel it. I'm just gonna have to give that a K. The other side just costs 8 mana. The game's not gonna get there. I'm getting hit for 3. What an awkward draw. I definitely couldn't have gone to 5. Oh my god. Really? Another Gaigeka. That's really rough. I think I have to flash back to CERN. I don't have much else to do. Like, I could play Gaigeka. That's certainly too slow. Yeah, flashback to CERN. Find Primal Fissure. Play a Primal Fissure. Play a Cascade Channeler. They're going to be able to play a big bomb now. Yeah, I'm going to lose this. I'm super going to lose this. Because they could have a Asterion here, and I don't really have an answer to that. Okay, just crack flags on high. That doesn't do much. They could have Evaviva in hand. They certainly couldn't cast that. I'm just going to block that for Soldier anyway, so. I'm definitely blocking. I'm definitely blocking the Soldier. The question is, do I trade Cascade Chandler for a 1/1 and take 4, or do I take 5? I could attack back and defeat the Clash with my Cascade Chandler, which could be theoretically helpful. But it's also possible I just need to extend my life as long as possible. That means trading off Cascade Chandler here. They do have Terminal Impact in their deck. I do have to be worried about like getting too low for Terminal Impact purposes. They're acting like they don't have much going on in their hand. So at least that's at least good for me. Block, take 4. Next, I have to draw something either way. Supposing I draw like a Stargazing. That's how I get out of it. If I go Gaigeka, Stargazing. Hopefully I find something good. I discard other Gaigeka. I defeat Cascade Chandler. I find like this. I think I have to play to my outs, and my outs involve having access to this Cascade Chandler. At least for one more turn. I'm willing to take 1 damage for that. Close though. Okay, they have a very slow turn. That's good. That's what I need them to do. I need to have lots of Evivas in hand. Crack for... I guess I have double red, so I'll get the Forest. Draw the Mountain. Do I attack Clash at Mr. Veil? Doesn't actually do anything. At this point, I'm probably just looking for the blocker. Land. Gaigeka. Do I attack? Do I attack Clash at Mr. Veil? It makes coordinated shot cost 1 left. Doesn't even do that much. I have lots of mana. I think I chill. Make my 1/1. What is this? Shatter the sigil. Okay. Yeah, I got another one. If that's what they're doing in their life, I'm pretty happy with that. They did side those in as expected. Hoping to give me a target for this ensorcel. That gives me another token, so I'm like crawling my way back just off Clash at Mr. Veil value. Okay, tap Women's. There's still one red source off of Eviva. Flags on high. I think I just counter that now. And my creatures do have prowess. So, good to remember that, because of Clash at Mr. Veil. And they did that pre-combat, so if they attack, I do it to keep. Okay, so suddenly, my creatures don't die. I take 3. I'm terminal impact, obviously, the problem. Honestly, that's probably what's happening here, but if they have terminal, suddenly this is interesting. It's funny, I could actually have lethal here. If I chain together draw spells, I have lethal here. Because I have 4 instances of prowess on my board. Every spell is 4 damage. Sistral Charm. I'm dead to terminal impact no matter what. There's nothing I can do about that. Hmm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm one off Gaigeka plus the charm plus flashback coordinated shot. I play Gaigeka. I can swing for a decent. Okay, how do I? Obviously, if terminal impact, I just lose, and it's sad, and it's quite likely that's what's happening here. But surely they would have done that. No, wait, they could have just untapped land. And they could have just attacked me down to 6, untapped land, terminal me last turn. So they don't have it, or else they're playing really weird. I can play Gaigeka. My whole board gets pretty big. I can't quite trigger Cascade Chandler, annoyingly. Okay, so like I want to play around. Okay, I've Sistral Charm, so Ardor's not a problem. Asterion I can't do much about. How much damage can I do this turn? Gaigeka, Sistral Charm, one of your random creatures. That's 8 triggers, that's plus 8 damage. It's 11 damage? It's not a small amount of damage. I probably set up for like Sistral Charm plus Coordinated Shot next turn, rather than going for that this turn. Okay, let's think. Let's do the math here. I Gaigeka. I make a 1. Hopefully I don't get to cast. I make a 1/1. I can hit them next turn. I can go Sistral Charm. I can get minimum 2 triggers, but I have to sack a token, so I'll be down to 4 creatures. 5 instances of prowess. So I do an extra 10. That's 14. So I think I hit them with 2 creatures this turn. Yeah. Gaigeka. Right? I hit them down to 13. Make a 1/1. Oh, if they don't have Terminal, I'm dead. Whatever. If they don't have Terminal, they have no way of turning. They have no other burn other than Terminal that hits face. Ardor doesn't do anything. Asterion, I barely survive. Block 1, take 3. Asterion the problem. Whatever. I'm not beating Asterion. Okay, Asterion is a problem, but not a whatever. It's a problem for another day. They don't got any other burn they could have brought in. Yeah, Cass's Belly. Yeah. Yeah. You know what? I think I have to leave back 1 blocker so I don't die to Asterion. But I attack them for 5. Down to 13. And suddenly I can threaten lethal next turn, depending on how they play these things. Okay. Classic Veil does damage really fast. Really, really fast. I have Sistral Charm up, so if the card they play is something that Sistral Charm can deal with, like Ardor, then I have the answer. They can't lack a Fey Observatory. They don't have a creature in their graveyard. They're 2 mana off of Leonis. The big mode. I think I might need to draw a spell next turn if they force me to use this. If I draw a spell next turn, I also get to attack with Gaigeka. That's 5 more damage. I can also crew it with one of my soldiers and give it flying. Matriarch. Okay, I can kill that with Sistral Charm if and when it becomes a problem. So there's no need to do that now. They don't have Terminal. They would have just Terminal my face. Yeah, I just take 3. No blocks. They have no other burn. Am I getting away with this? I think I'm getting away with this. What is this? Pest Problem. That they brought in Pest Problem. I get a 2/2 off of this. Okay, now I have to do some math. Do I Sistral Charm Kasuna Matriarch now? If I do Matriarch now, I get another 1/1 off of Clash at Mistrit Vale, but I miss out on a Prowess trigger. There's no way that's worth it. Right? No, there's no way. -1, because that token would only do 2 damage, but the Sistral Charm on my turn would deal 5 damage or something. So I just keep my cards. Yeah, they're. Sorry, give me a moment. Okay, there's no mouse. There's no mouse token for some reason. I'll get this one. Okay, I don't think siding in Pest Problem is a very good idea for them at all. They're just dead. They're just dead on board. They have no 1 mana red instance in their deck. And they're 75. So this is just lethal. Sure, I use this mouse. And yeah, this is just lethal. It's actually lethal by a lot. Hi, Clearwater Grotto. Yeah. Sistral Charm, Kitsune Matriarch. Whole board has prowess, and this has double prowess. Flashback coordinated shot. At your face, sack a soldier. Yeah, wow. They got a little close to the sun there. Okay, this time I'm going to draw Stargazing. It's going to make this whole process way easier. Also, they brought in so much answer to Gaigeka, and I still think Gaigeka's good. Like, if they pass problem my Gaigeka, I feel like I won in that exchange. Any sideboarding? Do I want this Cascade Chandler back? Not particularly. Do I want these Golden Bloom of Silence? Not really. Now let's try. Okay, we're gonna draw this time. Wow. Yeah, they really needed to not attack that turn if that's what they had, because I don't think they were dead to just the card in my graveyard, but they were dead to any instant or sorcery. Okay, everybody on the play presumably. Okay. Guess what this hand has? It has Stargazing to discern. Yeah, this hand's just fine. This hand's more of a control hand. Doesn't have a payoff yet, but Stargazing solves all problems. Doesn't even have green mana yet. But I think I easily keep this. Love to discard some discerns. Have some shocks for early Kitsune Matriarchs. High voltages for Ardors and such. I used to find a lot, but I think with Stargazing I can. Even on the draw. Please no Kitsune Matriarch. Although I do have the shock for it, so it's not that bad. Torrid Path. No play. Okay. Takes the pressure off me for sure. I'm going to keep that because I don't know whether I want to get Island for double blue or Forest for green here. Stargazing. Looking for payoffs. Savvy Smith's a payoff. Yeah. I'll draw Savvy Smith, sure. I'll discard this Discern. You don't need two of them. Pass turn. And the plan definitely is not turn 2 Savvy Smith. I want to turn 3 Savvy Smith so I can get immediate value off of it. Obviously, they have a lot of answers to Savvy Smith, so if I don't get that much value, it's going to be some 1/1s. Yep, Advance of the Ancient March. Okay. It's a good card. It's a really good card. Ensorcel. Okay, makes me want to get the green here. I could Savvy Smith just as the blocker. I guess in that case, I'm putting myself vulnerable to Sunwrath Charm, which it's possible to side it out. It doesn't do that much in this matchup. It literally just hits Savvy Smith. I guess terminal impact for 2 is also a thing that could get me there. Also, Stargazing Shock one of these is not off the table as an option. But I think I'm willing to let this go and just Stargazing here. I want to look at more cards. I don't need another Stargazing. I don't need another Ensorcel. Okay. Not finding the most impactful cards. I'm going to Mountain in case I feel like casting a Shock. These Shocking Windbeam Stones. What do they have for 3 mana? It's Runes Awaken. Runes Awaken and Flash it back. Yes, it is. Okay. Yeah, turn 2 make 2 tokens, turn 3 make 3 tokens. Yeah, Advance of St. March is going to be a problem. Do I want to shock a token here? It's not inconceivable that's what I'm doing with my life. They don't like. What am I doing to shock if it's not shock a token? Nothing, right? Wait, they're attacking me? They're attacking me. Okay, now do I shock a token? If they're attacking advance, I think I definitely shock a token. If they're attacking me, do I still care? I guess they clearly don't have Kitsune Matriarch. They would have played it on one of these turns, and I have more answers for it if I need it. I think I do. I'm not too proud to do that. Especially on the draw. Draw, high voltage. So it's gonna be Savvy Smith. I think I'm gonna Prowl Fissure for Forest here. I do need double blue at some point, but not urgently. Grab Forest. Savvy Smith, Stargazing. I have to choose which color of mana, and I believe it's blue here. Look at my top card. It's another shock. Um, I think I don't want that. I'm looking for some other things right now. Island. Huh. How do I feel about Island? I do need it eventually, but maybe not right now. Maybe I don't need two high voltages right now. Double high voltage can kill like a big creature, which is not nothing. I should have drawn that shock. Maybe it's just in Sorcel. I'm not going to have Billy leave up. It's just not that good in this matchup. Yeah, I think it's just discard in Sorcel, Stargazing back to hand. Cast Discern. Don't rummage, make 1/1. Draw a card. Another Stargazing. That's going to be an easy discard to Stargazing next turn. Okay. Certainly looking at a lot of cards. Okay, do they have the answer to Savvy Smith? If they don't have the answer to Savvy Smith, I'm going to get to generate a lot of value. Even though, like, Ardor is not that bad for me here. I take a lot of damage, but... Here's Ardor. Yeah, their creatures, their tokens are going to be quite large. That's for sure. I'm going to get the high voltage that next turn, so I'm just going to take a lot of damage this turn. Yeah, they got 5 2/2s that have to attack. Do I block one with a construct? Should save 2 damage. Okay. I could prevent advance from being defeated this turn. That saves me. I think it's going to save me a lot of damage in the long run. Obviously, I prefer to trade this construct for a token, but do this. Okay, I'm behind, but I have potential here. Oops, let's draw a Misty Peak. Don't really care about that. So let's just open with Island Stargazing. Island Stargazing doing what with Savvy Smith? Probably rummage away Misty Peak? Yeah. Island. Stargazing. Rummage. Discard Misty Peak, draw a card. Gaigeka. Okay. Then we scry one. It's Advance of Fire and Faith. That's pretty good. I'll keep that. Draw it. Discard Stargazing. So I could High Voltage Ardor play Gaigeka, or I could High Voltage Ardor play Advance of Fire and Faith, make a 1/1. I think I like High Voltage Ardor, make 1/1. Then Advance of Fire and Faith, 2 of your guys. I'm going to see if I can Gaigeka and clear it and fully level it up in one turn, which is not an inconceivable thing for me to do. Obviously, go land Asterion, that's bad for me, but they don't have it because they put that in tapped. Matriarch, that's fine at this point. They're attacking with all of them, really. Okay, they're going to throw away. They're going to lose 2 creatures, but they're going to clear advance. That's actually not that unreasonable here. Yep, they defeated advance. Untap, draw, forced ejection. That's not bad. That's an answer to stuff like Asterion. Okay, if I play Gaigeka here, I guess like if they most of their answers to Gaigeka are like the only answer I'm actually protecting it from is Doctrine of Cleansing Flames because Shadow Sigil is an instant, so they could always just cast it now. This is Gaigeka, Stargazing, High Voltage Matriarch, maybe do other things. Play Gaigeka. I got these Discerns to eventually do something. Stargazing. Add mana mode. They might want to respond to this by killing Gaigeka. Okay, add red mana. Get a Vigilance counter on this. It's actually a relevant blocker now. View my top 1 card. The Primal Fissure, I don't need any of those. Draw, discard, back to hand. Yeah, and I'm just going to high voltage this. I'm getting close to Savvy Smith card advantage mode. Yeah, I think I'm Savvy Smith make 1/1 mode. Yeah. High voltage. Make 1/1. Make the relevant things for blocking. And I could attack the advance with Fire and Faith, but I do not want to. Okay, well, they very least don't have the instance that. Okay, so they could have the sorcery that killed Gaigeka. Could be moderately annoying. They clearly don't have an answer to Savvy Smith. They clearly don't have a Asterion. They could have Terminal. They have Wimbing Stones. They don't have a Viva. They had mana for that last turn, somehow. What's in their hand? Ardor? Leonis Curtis. Pest Problem. Oh, my Construct's a 1/1. Okay. Well, that's going to kill Gaigeka no matter what, so that's fine by me. Now I have a 2/2 mouse. I think they're going to lose this match because they sided in Pest Problem instead of a card that does something. Are you attacking me? You have to attack for that to happen. I'm just going to block both of them. You don't have any way to deal 1 damage, so you just lose all your creatures when you do that. What? Why did they do that? I don't know why they did that. I could force ejection my advance of Fire and Faith. But I think I'm just going to Gaigeka into Stargazing again. See why not? Geka. Stargazing. Probably make 1/1 mode? Yeah. Make 1/1 mode. View my top 1 cards. Rousing Path, don't need that. Move to bottom, draw a card. Savvy Smith. Yeah. I can just outvalue Asterion now. Discard Force Projection. Put this back. Attack you for attack. Do I care about Advance of Fire and Faith? I'll give all my creatures haste. Not really. Oh. There was a Gygaxian trigger in there. Not particularly. I mostly just care about them. So I got 1 card left. It's not Asterion, it's not a Viviva. It's not... Doesn't look like a card I care about enormously. They threw away their last creature for absolutely no reason. If they kill my Savvy Smith, I got a backup. If they kill my Gygaxa, I got 2 Savvy Smiths. 2 Savvy Smiths gets you doing things pretty fast. Terminal my Savvy Smith. No, Flags on High. Sure. Ooh, looks like I might have Hexproof Gygaxa pretty soon. I guess I'm not guaranteed to have it next turn, but it's quite likely I need to have a castable instant or sorcery in my top 3 cards. 4 cards, actually. Because I have Savvy Smith Rummage. And they're going to crack it, give their guy... Okay, they're going to get in for 1 here? It's fine. Block of Construct, take my 1. Take my 1 off the Berserker. What's the last card in their hand? It's not a land. Could be Terminal Impact that they're saving. Okay, they don't have answer to Gygaxa, because they seem very eager to play their answers. Coordinated Shot. Okay, Savvy Smith. Oh boy, this is about to get real silly. Oh wait, no. Okay, Savvy Smith, Stargazing. I get 2 Savvy Smith triggers, both of which add mana. Then I can Coordinated Shot. Then I can play a spell, empty-handed. No, I need to... Okay, Savvy Smith, Stargazing is actually slightly complicated. I need to go Savvy Smith, Coordinated Shot, then Stargazing. Yes. Yes. This is slightly complicated. Okay, here's how it works. Savvy Smith, hold priority. Coordinated Shot, you're 1/1. 3 triggers. Add mana, make 1/1. So I'm going to add a blue, make a token. And spend the blue mana on Stargazing. Rummage. Okay. Okay! Because Savvy Smith says discard a card, then draw a card. So if you know cards in hand, you actually get to draw a card for free. It's great. Okay, we were touch and go there. I don't think that this was like the most brilliant performance from this deck. I never got to show off the Dawnstorm Survivor stuff, but we managed to pull it out in a nice little 2/1. This deck is fun, even if, like I said, maybe not the best deck in the field. Best of luck to all the players. If you want to see the best decks in the field, by the way, look at Caillou or any deck Caillou has built, because Caillou built like half the decks this month, and they're all great. I think decks built by Caillou might be undefeated by decks built by other people right now. Yeah, thank you all. Good night.